Last a little while, so we're going to try Bane of Doom. Haunt's ready. Going to fire off a cooldown. Why not? We'll have it back for the boss. And keep our dots ticking away. Come on. Haunt's back. Just fill it in. That's all it is. Keep your dots rolling. And then just fill it in with Shadow Bolt where you can. Really basic, simple to understand DPS. Look after your mana. Probably fit in a Shadow Bolt there. Should have drained soul, but whatever. See how hard our corruption's ticking even in this gear, guys. We've got such low spell power. Really low spell power. Not a problem at all. Oh, you swine. My corruption did not do the job I was hoping it would do. Well, balls to you then. You can have lots of dots. Have another one. Have a nice shadow flame for your trouble. Come on, Tanky. Oh my word. Maybe we can banish one of these. Yeah, we can. Cool. We'll banish one of these while our tank gets back in the action. Go with the Bane of Agony for these. He's not going to last very long. Keep the Haunts on. Now, if you didn't know... Oh, I pulled aggro. Nose. We're going to keep tanking anyway, because we're awesome. Why would we expect the Feral Druid to come out of his cat form? If you cast Banish again on a target that's already banished, the tricky is that it actually removes the old Banish. Really nice. Let's keep our dots ticking away. It's only 5k DPS, but things are a little bit iffy. Our healer's gone for a nice little swan ride. Not a problem for us. Boom, boom, boom. Down you go. All about performing your actions. It doesn't matter about your gear, guys. As we run through the channel, this is the best thing about it, is that I'm showing to you that when these people with low DPS, it is not gear. You can see, look at the gear of this guy. It's so bad. It is really, really bad in comparison to what everybody else in here has. We are just so low on our gear. But let's go ahead and banish this. Oh, healer's back anyway. Well, we'll dot it up. And then we'll release the banish. Release the banish, and then we'll be cheeky, and we'll soul swap it. Oh yeah. So we've got our dots ticking on 2 targets. Soul swap doesn't last long enough to maintain full dots on the other target, but that's okay. So now we've got this one. We're going to switch over. We've got to re-haunt this one now. Down you go. Not going to bother redotting, as it's just not going to live long enough. It's really not worth it. Start casting our Shadow Bolt. Remember, the standard pull technique is to get Shadow Embrace ticking away. And again, dots are on. So all we're doing after that is just keeping Haunt on. Keep Haunt as soon as you got 7-8 second cooldown on Haunt. Wait for your Haunt. Cast it as soon as it's up, because if you leave it for a second, there's a chance of it falling off. Especially when your haste's really low. And you want to keep it ticking. Nice drain soul at 25%. Yum, 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 yum. Down you go. So we've got a big AoE pull coming, so what we're going to do, we're going to do that big, fatty, soul-burned Seed of Corruption, aren't we? So we can spread our corruption to every single target. So we're going to give him a chance to pull. We're just going to get our Haunt going. Get a couple of dots on, and our Jinx. Fire off the Soul Burn and Seed of Corruption. Then we're going to Soul Swap and stick dots on absolutely everything. And while we're running, we can use our instants. And try and get Unstable Affliction, Curse of Agony on absolutely every mob. That's all we're going to be doing. Keep our Haunt going. Just keep cycling through mobs. Anything needs touching, we'll sort it out. That one needs a look. That one needs a dot. That one needs a dot. Do. The corruption for you. You're going to die, so we'll just Shadow Flame you as you die. Top our mana up as we run for this lovely boss. We love this boss as a caster, don't we, guys? Because we're going to abuse the crap out of haste every single day of the week. Tons of haste about to come our way, and we are going to abuse it so much. It's going to be fan-dabby-dozy. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Get up here, get up here, get up here. Get up here, get up here, get up here. Come on, buddy. How close can we get? Not too close. I want to drop a demon portal about here. So that way I'm going to stand over here. And then every time the wind shifts, I'm just going to shoot over to this side, shoot over to that side. I think our DK... Oh, man. Well, guys, I hope you noticed a very swift and sneaky switch of cutting through the dungeon there. Unfortunately, the tank and the healer were from the same guild and decided to start trolling people endlessly. This has been about 40 minutes into the dungeon. Absolutely unbelievable. So we've had to skip ahead. We've got a brand new tank, a brand new healer. Don't be afraid, guys, if people are ruining the dungeon. Kick your healer, kick your tank. You're not really going to wait that long. So we got ourselves a new feral druid tank, and he's asking me to do some CC for him. That needs a fear. If you don't know what fear does, if you glyph it, like I'm doing now, as you can see, it freezes the mob in place while it's feared. It's not going to run around and pull other mobs, so I've just switched my glyph over just because he needs it. Carry a few dust of disappearances, guys, just in case you need to help out your mates. Okay, so there's the fear. Let's get in and start dotting everything up. Again, it's dot, 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 dot. We want dots flowing everywhere. Try and keep our haunt on cooldown as much as possible. Once we've got all our dots up, what we're going to do, we're going to soul swap it around and then throw dots on absolutely everything else. That's it. Get your unstable affliction, your corruption, your bane of agony. Get them on everything. You don't need to put curse of elements and everything because of jinx. So we're really happy now. We've got our dots flying around, trying to keep haunt going. Really easy, okay, guys? Just get the dots going. Our DK friend has gone and broke our fear. We'll try and re-CC it just in case. No, he's going to keep DPSing it anyway. No problems at all. Let's just throw our dots on that as well and help out. And again, we're just going to produce decent DPS as our Affliction Warlock on our AoE pack just by dotting everything and cycling through them, making sure those dots are everywhere. We want to keep our dots flowing as much as possible. Really is as simple as that, guys, to pull out adequate DPS. Remember, we've got a full epic geared Death Knight and a full epic geared Feral Druid that we're up against here in our lowly 3-3-0 Warlock here in the worst gear of all time, and we're doing competitive DPS with those guys. That's all it's about. It's just about knowing your class. It's about knowing what spells to put where, and just watch the guides and you'll see exactly what we're going to do. That's all it's about, okay? Really is as easy as that. So we've got one more major trash pull before we're going to get to the final boss. I'm sorry I couldn't show you the rest. It was really unfortunate that the guys were throwing people off the edge, life gripping them to the edge and falling off and making us wait endless amounts of times. As I already said at the beginning, this is the 4th heroic I ran today on my Warlock just to try and get something out for you guys on the Warlock, and literally I stuck with this one till the bitter end just to make sure we could get it done, and eventually once we got a brand new tank and a brand new healer, everything went absolutely swimmingly. So again, we're pulling mobs out of that triangle because they're immune to spells when they're inside that electric triangle that you can see, and we're just going to keep our dots going all the time. Dot, 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 nothing to worry about. Haunt when you can. Shadow Bolt if everything's got dots on, and just keep those dots ticking. You'll see your DPS, it starts slow. Remember, as an Affliction Warlock, we suffer a little bit on trash that dies quickly. If we had trash in here with some really heavy hitting DPS who were really ripping these trash apart, our trash DPS would be god awful. We need at least a few seconds to get our damage going. Our pet's down. Go ahead and resummon your Fell Hunter. He's our solid basis DPS. Remember, our main DPS cooldown that we've got during bosses is Demon Soul, which is a cooldown based on what pet you've got. The Fell Hunter pet gives us 20% more dot damage, so we need a Fell Hunter out. When we use that Demon Soul, our dots are going to start ticking so much. We haven't got very good trinkets on this guy, but usually you just want to wait till your trinkets are ready or below that 25% barrier before we go ahead and throw in our Demon Soul. Make sure you've got your Dark Intent up on the guy who's going to put out the most dots as well as you. In this case, it's going to be the Death Knight. Remember, they need the dots to crit to give you an extra buff. It's not ideal to be on a Death Knight, I've got to be honest. I never get it in raids on my main. You want a Shadow Priest or a Moonkin, something like that to really get the benefit of that. Worst case scenario is a Fire Mage, but ideally a Shadow Priest or a Moonkin. So we're going to get, and we've done our nice buff Seed of Corruption just to throw corruption on every mob. Throw a couple of dots out. You can see our damage is really poor in comparison to burst AoE classes like a Frost Death Knight. We're never going to compete with Howling Blast, so don't worry about it. It's not a case of, oh, my damage was really poor there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all, guys. No one's going to complain to you because overall our damage is absolutely fine. So we're coming up to our last boss. Remember, you've got to know about your bosses. How long is this boss going to last? Probably about 2 minutes. So we're going to get to use Demon Soul once. So how do we pull? Shadow Bolt first. Get our Shadow Embrace stacking up. Then throw on the Haunt. Get our Curse of Elements up. Add all our dots. Use Bane of Doom because it's going to last long enough to do lots and lots of damage while we cast everything else in between. And while our dots are ticking, we're just throwing on our basic dots and Shadow Bolting in between just to make sure that's on. Move early. If you're going to run past the mob, feel free to use Shadow Flame. It is a DPS increase if you're already moving. Remember, just because you're removing as a caster does not mean that you need to stop DPS, and there's always something we can do, even if it's life tap, so we don't have to do it when we get there. Use a Fell Flame, which is instant cast. It's not great damage. Your priority when you're moving, guys, should be something like Shadow Flame mainly, or life tap, just to get your mana back up, so when you're finally back in your solid stationary position, you can do as much damage as possible, and you don't need to stop to do that life tap afterwards. So again, we're just keeping our dots rolling, waiting for Haunt to be back, keep that ticking over, and filling with Shadow Bolt in between. When we get down to our low B health, on the boss, below 25%, we're going to start throwing out that big Drain Soul. We're going to buff that, really get it going. We've thrown in our Doomguard this time. It's a big 10-minute cooldown single target DPS. If it's a boss with loads of AoE, we're going to use the Infernal. They share a cooldown with the Doomguard and the Infernal. So remember, that's all there for a nice big buff to your damage. Coming down to the last one, throwing out our Drain Soul, draining all our outreach, refreshing all our dots besides Haunt. Bish Bosh, look at our second on the DPS. Absolutely over the moon with that, guys. We came in here against two big epic DPSs, fully geared guys. We came out second on the damage on the last boss in our low, green, blue geared, unenchanted Warlock. That's exactly what you guys should be doing. It's very easy. Maintain your dots. It is a lot of work as an Affliction Warlock, I'm not going to lie to you, but you can see the DPS we were up against, and look at the damage meter that says a whole different story compared to what we should have seen. Alright guys, that's it for the Warlock guide. Take it easy, subscribe, and I'll see you later.